Previously unsigned, sealed, delivered.
Ms. McInerney, I don't think you've been with this department long enough to fully grasp the extent to which we are comfortable sharing.
So last week when you told me that your wife left you last year and is now somewhere at large in Paris, that was somehow different.
When I go to college, I'm only taking my backpack.
Send me love every day and send me on my way. Deliver me, just deliver me.
And then we were forced to acknowledge, as difficult as it is to admit, some things defy delivery.
Well, you did everything you could, and who knows? One day, someone may walk in here looking for a grizzly with insufficient postage and no forwarding address.
We can only hope.
We take good care of them. We decorate them on holidays.
Don't beat yourself up. One wayward bear is not going to affect your performance rating.
When might we expect your final report?
Oliver, could I have a word?
Ms. McInerney, Ms. Capodiamonte here was just completing my annual section leader performance evaluation.
Completing? Oh, no, darling. I didn't get where I am by cutting corners.
Oh, of course, I didn't mean to imply.
I want to crawl into that mysterious little mind of yours and find out what makes this place tick, tick, tick. It'll be fun.
I look forward to that. Ms. McInerney, all caught up and finished on time, I see.
Naturally.
Well, I'm off to rehearsal.
How is the new show going?
Well, I'm only an understudy, but the mayor of Munchkinland may be called up for jury duty. And even better, Mrs. Kipperman's bursitis is acting up. So I may be the Wicked Witch of the West by Sunday.
I guess it's never too late to pursue your dreams.
All the way to the Broomfield Community Children's Theater.
And may we assume that your dream is to redirect the last envelope in that box before you leave tonight?
Oh, come on, Oliver.
Norman, why must that box be emptied tonight?
Last day of the month is impossibly ripped and mangled day, and we can't start a new month with mangled leftovers.
Okay, but we worked through lunch and I'm hungry.
Well, almost half this envelope's missing.
Nothing legible except to whom it may concern.
To whom it may concern, we could be here all night.
Probably. This postmark's 4 years old.
See? It's too late to make a difference anyway.
You think so? Because there's another letter inside this one. Considering the condition of the envelope, I'd say it's something of a miracle that it didn't fall out. Are we in the habit of ignoring miracles?
No.
No. In fact, I'm assuming there is a difference to be made here.
Fine. Can we just please make a difference over dinner? I'll even buy.
It is all you can eat salad bar night at the Mailbox Grill.
Perfect. I love salad bars. Pickles, olives, sunflower seeds. Rita, aren't you hungry?
I was just thinking about Teresa.
If you're worried about my performance evaluation, I'm feeling pretty confident so far.
He always gets the highest scores of anybody. 98s, 99s.
That 95 once, it still haunts me.
Wow. Could someone grab the Tabasco sauce?
I wasn't thinking about the evaluation. I was thinking about what it must be like to be Teresa. I mean, she is a postal legend.
4 postal commendations, 6 service awards, not to mention Miss Special Delivery 1969.
That's what I mean. I mean, she had it all. But it wasn't her dream.
Well, she did admit her life's dream was to be on the stage.
And if Mrs. Kipperman's bursitis keeps up, then she will be. Could you pass the salt and pepper, please?
I guess it's just never too late. Like you said, Norman.
You have a dream you'd like to share with us, Rita?
Yes. Oh, no. Yes, I do. But I'm not ready to share it, not yet.
I had a dream once, you know, the kind you actually remember when you wake up. It was about cheese. Cheese with feet.
Okay, so I think we should open that letter now. What do you say, Oliver?
Yes, let's see.
Cheese. Really?
To whom it may concern. My name is Samila. I am 18 years old and I live in Seattle, Washington. I've tried everything. I've called all your official phone numbers. I've checked all sorts of online websites and searched dozens of archives, but nothing has worked. So I'm turning to you, whoever opens this, and I'm hoping you will care enough to help me. I am trying to find the man who saved my life and changed it forever.
Wow. What's the paper that it was clipped to? Is that some sort of government form?
Request for military service information.
And a personal card addressed to Buzz.
I never found out whatever happened. It's damaged here. If you locate him, please give him the enclosed card. He needs to know something really important that could... something.
I guess that's why we call them hopelessly mangled.
It's not hopeless.
Well, what is it that he needs to know?
It's got to be in this.
All this time, I've dreamed I'd get the chance to tell him how it all ended. But I can't without your help. I only wish I knew his real name. I just always called him Buzz.
How it all ended? What does that mean?
Is there any salsa or mustard?
Oh,
Ms. McInerney, putting that many condiments on a salad can't be healthy. Besides, what you're doing in that salad, it's disconcerting.
I say we open the note to Buzz.
Absolutely not.
You said that you wanted to make a difference, but now that we're here, it's all just back to business as usual. Excuse me, can I have salsa, please?
And you said you wanted a salad, but that's a science experiment.
Oh, and all your talk about not ignoring miracles, when really you just wanted to get all the hopelessly mangled letters done on schedule.
I believe in miracles. I also believe in staying on schedule. I believe we have made a difference. We have gathered enough information to send that on to the likely addressee.
And that is?
Probably in the Army, Fort Platt.
Excellent. That's where it'll go. So we get the check.
Oliver,
What?
the only person that we know that letter is addressed to for sure is to whom it may concern. Remember? Whoever opens this?
Why would you take something so simple and add unnecessary elements?
Is he talking about the letter or the salad?
Do you really think that there's a bureaucrat in the military that can do your job better than you?
No, and I wouldn't presume to do theirs. That's why we're going to forward all this by U.S. mail to the U.S. Army tomorrow.
Fine. I will take care of it as soon as I get in.
Not in your tin type, Miss McInerney. Please, step away from the salad. What's a tin type?
I'll tell you later.
Is this Oliver's refrigerator or the group refrigerator?
oh, it's Oliver's. That he shares with the group.
Okay. And Norman, I'll need a brief summary of your stamp recovery duties.
Oh, I don't know where to start.
Where does one start, Norman, darling? You're a cipher, just full of surprises, aren't you? And Rita, you are a beautiful little onion, begging to be peeled.
Good morning, everyone. Ah, Miss Capodiamante, how lovely to see you again here this morning. Again.
Perfect timing, Oliver. I need more clarification on workspace.
Huh? Workspace.
Yes, we require a workspace that is appropriate for and adequate to the task.
Well, this is my desk here. Norman has been very happy over there. And Rita, of course, is our first line of defense over an incoming.
And where does Shane work?
Ms. McInerney. Well, Miss McInerney is still somewhat new.
She must work somewhere in here.
I work everywhere. Mr. O'Toole dispatches me wherever I'm needed. I move, I float, have laptop, will travel.
Temporarily, of course. In fact, Norman has recently been charged with creating a dedicated yet floating workspace for Ms. McInerney.
Yes, that's right. And in the meantime, I work a lot in the field. In fact, there is a rather critical piece of mangled mail that requires personal delivery to Fort Platt. Mr. O'Toole has taught me so much about going the extra mile.
Well, I can't think of a better mentor.
Oh, neither can I. But you know, I'm not quite ready to go solo yet. You coming, Mr. O'Toole?
Well, carry on.
You're really making too much of this.
How can I make too much about your shocking attempt at blackmail back there?
Blackmail? I did you a favor. She was going to take points off your precious performance evaluation because I don't have a desk.
And what will Rita and Norman think now that they've seen me so brazenly manipulated?
For heaven's sake.
The very fabric of our existence as an effective unit has been frayed. And for what?
For Samilla. Because someone named Buzz saved her life once, and who knows? Maybe she's trying to save his.
Oliver O'Toole. U.S. Post Office.
Yes, Dead Letter Division. We specialize in letters that require...
This is a form requesting information on someone named Buzz. This is the cover letter. As you can see, it's quite damaged.
It happens sometimes. Rarely. We apologize.
You know how many of these get filled out and sent here every day? Veterans looking for old buddies, girlfriends looking for ex-boyfriends, ex-wives looking for money.
But this one is different. If you'll just read it, you'll see where Samila mentions...
Samila, sounds Middle Eastern.
Were you in the Middle East?
I was everywhere. Look, you did your duty, delivered the letter, or what's left of it, so don't worry about it.
Oh, there's another...
Nope. That's it. Thank you for your time, Captain.
Well, thanks for trying.
And thank you, Captain, for serving. At what point do you plan to stop lying to government officials?
Do you honestly think that that man back there was actually going to read this letter? And if he did, even care what it says? What is it you always say? Putting a stamp on a letter and sending it out there into the world
Is an act of faith.
So if you want to go back in there and put your faith and Samilla's in that pile of government red tape, well, you be my guest. But as for me, putting my faith in you.
You can be very persuasive, Miss McInerney.
Or brazenly manipulative.
I know this is pushing the envelope, so to speak.
It might fall under the larger definition of special handling.
Something that we like to call a license to deliver.
That was Norman's idea.
Oh.
Dear Buzz, this is Samila, Sammy. Hope you remember me because I've never forgotten you. I have so many things to thank you for. But first,
I guess I should thank you for the socks.
Seen any decent movies?
Mission Impossible 1, Mission Impossible 2, socks, and a pillowcase? Thanks, Mom.
That's great, because you know, if they gave us pillows, you'd be set. Oh, wait, brownies.
I remember when the soldiers first came to Kamdesh. Some of my friends were afraid of the Americans.
Here you go.
But I remember the first time I met one of them. It was you.
You like these? My mom made them for me. She always makes them too small. You want them? It's okay.
You gotta be careful, Buzz. They use kids like this to carry bombs.
You can't live like that, Cam. What's this? You want to trade?
Kakol.
Akol? Akol? Okay, whatever that means.
It probably means bomb.
Bagel means hat. It was my father's. It was all I had of him. But you reminded me of him. You had his laugh. And I knew you would be the one to make my dream come true.
Thank you.
Do you remember the pillowcase?
This is our language. Okay, Sammy. A is for,
Afghanistan.
and B is for.
Buzz. C is Colorado, America. Place your home.
I begged you to teach me to read.
Yeah.
I could tell you weren't sure that you should, but
Eagle.
I wouldn't give up.
Eagle, yeah. And F. Sammy? F?
Family.
You never talk about your family.
I don't anymore have family.
I'm sorry.
F is for friend, okay?
Okay.
I was probably the first girl in my province who learned to read and speak English on an old pillowcase, but I didn't want to be the last.
F equals
That's why we started the school,
friend.
remember?
Buzz. Please, teach more. You teach American on us, we teach Afghanistan on you.
You were the best friend I ever had, Buzz.
F is for friend. F is for friend.
And I hope you didn't blame yourself for what happened.
G is for goat. G is for goat.
Everybody down! Taliban! Taliban! They're after the school, let's go! Get the kids out of here now! They're after the school! Come on, come on! Run, run! Sammy, run! Go! Go, go, go! Sammy! Come on, go! Sammy! 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 Come on, man, we're pulling out! We gotta get to that chopper!
Keep your eyes closed. You're gonna be okay.
Wait! Wait! We're full, just you, Buzz! No, take her, stay! No way, man, get in!
Buzz!
Gotta get her out of here, promise me! We'll kill her if she stays! Go, go, go!
That's all I can remember of that day. I never went back to my village.
I don't know what happened to you. I hope you found your way home. I pray every day that you lived.
Oliver, you okay? I don't remember very much after you put me in the helicopter. I remember many airplanes and many doctors, and how kind everyone was. I live in America now. I have a new family, and today I am going to college. I picked Colorado Vista College.
Because you always said you wanted to go back home. Maybe this will make it easier to find me. I really hope you do, because there's something important I want you to know. Love, your friend, forever. Samila.
Samila Nicholson. She is a senior at Colorado Vista College, and she graduates this Sunday at 3 p.m.
What a graduation present it would be if we found Buzz.
I have no doubt you will.
May require more time in the field.
Well, go for it. Consider it a, what did you call it?
License to deliver?
God, you're cute.
Yes, we'll keep him.
The registrar says she has a student job at the library.
Of course she does. She's a reader.
I bet that's her.
Hi.
Sammy?
Everybody around here calls me Mila. No one's called me Sammy since Buzz.
Oh, I hope you don't mind.
Oh, of course not. I've been dreaming about finding him for so long. I can't believe the letter never even got to the army.
And for that, we deeply apologize.
Is there anything else that you could tell us? Anything that you remember about Buzz that might help us?
He was kind. He had a wonderful laugh.
You like brownies?
Everybody loved those things. His mother made them and sent them every month. He called them something. O is for opportunity. P is for... P is... Peg's Practically Perfect Brownies. His mother's name was Peg.
Peg's Practically Perfect Brownies?
Of course, Peg's Practically Perfect Brownies.
Peg's Practically Perfect Brownies.
I'm feeling really left out right now.
Look it up. It's on the internet. A couple of years ago, a lost box came through the DLO full of brownies. It was addressed to an Army APO address. We had to contact the shipper to reroute them.
Rita has a photographic memory.
Peg's Practically Perfect Brownie Company. Send your favorite soldier a box of incredibly good brownies.
Oh, yes, they were.
Homemade and shipped anywhere in the world directly from the kitchen of an Army mom. Peg Parker in Denver, Colorado began her brownie company in 2008 to honor her son who served in Afghanistan.
I remember now, I called the shipper and told her we had the box in dead letters.
And she said that we should just eat the brownies and that she would resend another box to the new address.
That's Buzz's mother.
It's gotta be. So I guess we're off to find Practically Perfect Peg and her brownies.
I'd given up imagining that I'd ever get to see him again.
Well, we can't make any promises, but we'll try.
That would be so perfect. But why are you doing all this?
Well, in this age of tweets and texts and abbreviated thought, I think people take for granted the gift of learning how to read and write. And perhaps nobody understands that better than those of us whose job it is to deliver a letter.
But this is just one letter.
Not to you. Not to Buzz.
Well, this is great, Oliver.
Well, perhaps.
What do you mean?
Buzz's mother said she started her business in order to honor her son who served in Afghanistan.
She doesn't say if he's still alive.
Benjamin went missing in action for almost a year. He was injured in some sort of attack, but he never talked about it.
Did you ever call him Buzz?
No. Well, some of his army buddies did. But after he got back, he never mentioned them.
Is this him?
Yeah, that's just before he enlisted.
He looks so sweet.
Oh, he was always a sweet boy.
Mrs. Parker, do you know where we might be able to find Benjamin?
I don't know. I never thought that I would say that about my own son. Something happened back there. And when I finally got him back, he was somebody else. He was so restless, always on the move, and he started disappearing for days at a time. And finally, one day, he just, well, he never came back home.
And when was the last time you heard from him?
He called me almost a year ago. It's on my birthday.
Did he give you an address or a...
I asked him where I could send him some brownies, and he was quiet for so long I thought he'd hung up. And then he said, "Don't. I don't deserve them." And then he did hang up. And that's the last I heard from him. What could he be so ashamed of that he can't come home?
Nothing.
Well, you take some of these, and when you find him, you tell him he can always come home for more. Always.
Corporal Benjamin Parker served in Nuristan province beginning in 2003, got into a firefight the following year, went MIA for 9 months. Extraction details are classified, but he did spend several months at a VA hospital in Washington, received an honorable medical discharge, collected a few VA benefits in 2006, 7, and 8, then dropped off the map.
And the firefight?
Classified. But the casualties were military and civilian.
Anything else?
One note on his record. He received his Purple Heart while convalescing, but left it on his bed when he was discharged.
Captain, we are not prepared to give up trying to find him. He gave up too much to serve his country.
There's a friend of mine, I've known him since boot camp. He runs a ministry to vets, and he's come through for me before.
Oliver has to pay